Hello there.
Hello there, indeed.
At the recording of this video, it is May the 4th, but by the time you see it, it might be later than May the 4th.
Obi-Wan might have already came out.
So let us here say at the Ardent Pod, May the 4th be with you, as always. Thanks for joining us on Ardent. This is where we talk about things that we like movies and video games and other related things. With me today, as always, is Leo. I'm
What's
Ace,
up?
and I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but Leo's coming back with a little bit more of a tan. You want to
Bro,
give us a
barely.
quick?
Like,
You want us to give us a quick little thing of what you did last week, Leo?
yeah, we went to Puerto Rico
Puerto
for
Rico,
our
let's
anniversary
go.
and decided, to get a little. Now, I wasn't outside as
And
much
when
as I
when
thought I
Leo
would.
says we, he means him and his girlfriend. So just to make that clear.
Yes, me and my girlfriend went on our anniversary to Puerto Rico,
There
and
you
it
go.
was
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
awesome. We ate a lot. We went to the beach. We went, on I didn't know they had castles. They have castles. It was
Oh
awesome.
yeah, nice.
And yeah, we did a lot, but when it comes down to it, most of my pictures are of my food. It was so good. Mostly breakfast, because breakfast is the greatest food ever. Breakfast food is the
Hot
best.
take? No, not that's
Nah,
not a hot take.
man. Nah.
Mm,
There's only so much you can do with
true,
there is so much you can do with breakfast. So
true.
I got to experience so much.
Mm.
But yes, I'm a little more tan, I guess.
Yeah. Well, talking about new experiences, we got to experience a new Obi-Wan trailer today. It was a May the 4th be with you surprise from Disney,
You know what's funny? It's like
and it was great.
it makes so much sense. I didn't even think about it because I don't need to see anymore
Hmm.
to anticipate it anymore.
Hmm.
But then it's like, you know what? I'll watch the trailer. Man,
It was great.
I did not think I would be more excited, but
I
I
know.
am.
Yeah, so in this new trailer, we see the Inquisitors, and we see more of them. We see some that we've seen in past games. I
And
noticed
yeah,
I noticed at least one or two that we've seen in the Star Wars game. The
Fallen Order,
Force, the what was it? The game,
Fallen Order.
the Fallen Order. Thank you,
Yeah,
Fallen Order. So and I mean, towards the end, we got to see like what 5 seconds of Vader.
yeah. We just
So
saw like his
that
like
was
buttons.
really cool. And then we finally get to see the interaction between Obi-Wan
And Owen.
and Owen. Thank you. And Owen.
Yeah,
That interaction that
bro.
everybody
Talk
was,
about a sick burn.
yeah.
He's like, the boy has to be trained like he trained his
He
father.
turned his
Like,
father.
you know what? Because I feel like
Bro.
we've all thought of that,
Hmm.
like, and then of course Obi-Wan is like, I trained him, and then I failed. Like he said it
Hmm.
himself. But then for like Owen to say that, it's like all I could think of is that meme. Like, I'm about to end this man's whole career.
For real, the career training. But I was seeing a kind of a little breakdown of the trailer, and the person who does the breakdown, he brings up a good point of like the in the trailer we hear Obi-Wan saying like hide, or or they'll find you kind of thing. And so I don't know, he was like, is he talking to somebody? He's just making like the recording that we see in all the games and movies, or
Mhm.
is he like specifically talking to somebody? And in my head I'm like, he's talking to Cal.
Dude, yeah. The
So
more and more I think about it, the more I'm thinking, man, what if they put Cal Kestis in this damn show?
and it doesn't
Uh,
even have to be like for a long time. It can just be like a split, like a scene or two, and that's it. Like it's
or
like,
maybe they
oh,
fight some Inquisitors together. That would be sick too.
true. Because we do see Obi-Wan going, like, I guess he got captured, because he does, it does seem like towards the end that he's in a starship of sorts,
I feel
or
like
in
he
a
did that on
prison
purpose,
of sorts. So
you know?
yeah, so and maybe that's when we get the confrontation that Obi-Wan and Darth Vader
Mhm.
confrontation. I don't know how many times they're gonna confront each other throughout the series. Maybe it'll be like one glorious battle, or maybe it'll be a couple of them throughout the series. But I mean, I'm here for it, man.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great, and I
yeah.
can't wait. It's May 27th, and
May
we get two
27th.
episodes. We get 2 episodes.
Just a little over 3 weeks from now.
Yep.
This is definitely like one of the shows that I want to watch like at 2 a.m. Like but
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna have to have Fridays off for a while. It's gonna be Fridays now, right? Or is it gonna be just that Friday and then Wednesdays after that?
I don't know if they've mentioned that. It might.
I'll have to
It might.
check that out.
Usually they're Fridays, but now
No,
mostly.
it's normally
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
It's
So
always
yeah,
Wednesdays.
like now it's been Wednesdays. And talking about Wednesdays,
It's Wednesday
today
with Moon,
Wednesday was the finale
woo,
of Moon Knight,
which
and
we never talked about on the
yeah,
show
we
for
we, we
whatever
never
reason
talked about
on here.
the series, but overall great series. And if you haven't seen the
Weird.
moon the fine finale yet, there'll be time code here that way you can skip over. But by the time this episode is
Oh, I guess
out
we're doing
on YouTube,
spoilers.
yeah, by the time that this episode is out on YouTube and all your favorite audio listening podcast sites, it'll be a couple of days after. So if you haven't seen it, it's kind of your fault. or or like Leo says, you just don't care about Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in the finale, I mean, we got all a whole bunch of answers, question answers, and then we finally got to see who the third host was. And he speaks Russian, something like that at the end.
He was speaking Spanish, dude. What
Was
are
it
you
was it Spanish? I wasn't paying attention much. Because I was just I was
bro?
I was just like I was just in shock that we saw that they
How do
brought
you
up the third
survive
person.
at home? Like, do your parents
Well,
not speak Spanish to you? Do
oh
y'all
no,
speak?
yeah,
They're just
I live
like,
by myself.
what is this Russian?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what he honestly I didn't hear what he said. All I did I was just reading what was on there because I just yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the actual
So Jake
to the
Lockley is
actual
Russian.
Jake Lockley.
Oh yeah, but we finally got to see him in the
Yeah,
post credit scene, which for a while, obviously skipping to the very end, like he blacks out, and then whoa, what happened?
yeah, and then that blackout thing only happens twice.
It did happen twice because
Yeah, it was
earlier
like one like in the 2 episodes before when they first get to Egypt, and then the second time
just
when he's
right
fighting
then.
the main villain.
Mhm. And yeah, dude, like it kind of made sense because Kanju like gave him up way too easily.
Hmm.
I'm like, something's happening
Yeah,
here. He's really here for Jake. Bro, yeah, that was pretty amazing. Just overall, like the series was just so good.
yeah,
I never really knew too much about Moon Knight other than like I guess like Ultimate Alliance. He was on there. I read
hmm,
up a little bit about him on there. So it just he was at first just kind of like a mercenary, and then it kind of became a whole thing that yeah, he was really revived by Kanju, which we get. They went that route in the show, and I thought it
hmm.
worked really well for what they did. But man, um, Oscar Isaac is just he better get like he's better get like an Emmy for this. Like there's
Yo,
there's no way he's definitely going to get nominated. He better.
yeah,
Oh my god, that performance
nah,
that he put forward
amazing.
just he needs to
Yeah,
get some sort of
and
credit for that.
talking about performance, can we just first shine a light a little bit on his wife when she's like doing when she's splitting between
Uh,
herself and the host, like how
and
she switched immediately, like talk about
yeah,
master class of acting. i i
that
was
had
i
to have
was
been
just
really
like,
fun to do.
yeah, I was like super impressed. I mean, and of course they're all professional actors, right? But still, I mean, to be able to switch like that, like with two different characters immediately, I'm like, wow, like the acting
Yeah.
in this is through the roof. Like
Oh yeah.
they're I mean, one, yeah, of course they're pros, but it was just so cool to watch her work between switching those between those two characters. I'm like, wow, that is super impressive.
Dude. Yeah, the whole series was fantastic. I hope we see Moon Knight soon. I hope we see him back.
Yeah.
Because just for what the potential that it has, that it can where it can like
Mhm.
go right now, it's just incredible. Um, but man, they of course they like showed us Jake and he was a driver too. I'm
Yeah.
like, yes,
Yeah.
because he's like a cab driver,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
I think
and
so.
like yeah,
I don't know much about Moon Knight, honestly. So whatever they showed us, I'm like, yeah, of course he's a cab driver.
yeah.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But I mean, if you know more about Jake, if you want to leave those in the comments down below, you're more than welcome to. And not anything that we talk about on the
Uh,
podcast, as always. This happened last week, but CinemaCon was a thing, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened and a whole bunch of announcements for our purposes.
some of
We're
our
just
favorite stuff.
yeah, some of our favorites. Like first of all, when Marvel went up, they showed the first 20 minutes of Doctor Strange, and everybody was super impressed. And of course, I think everybody signed like a million NDAs, so nothing, so they couldn't so they can't say anything. But
And then even
um
since then, the premiere for Doctor Strange was a couple days ago, and
yeah,
we got our first reviews. I think it's currently sitting at like a 79 at Rotten Tomatoes.
not
Um,
bad.
yeah, so not as good as the first Doctor Strange as far as the
Mhm.
reviews go, but just the subject matter of this
Yeah,
is just, ooh.
I follow a reviewer on TikTok, and she said that this movie is, of course, connected to everything. So if you haven't seen everything, then it would be a good service for you to go watch like a everything you need to know before going to watch Doctor Strange. 2, because yeah, she says that it connects everything. It connects to Loki and WandaVision, of course, and it just connects to everything.
Oh
So
goodness.
if you're not caught up, it'd be well for you to go watch a everything you need to know kind of video.
Well, it is
um
this weekend. Hopefully, we'll know soon enough. You have plenty of time because you're not gonna watch it till Sunday.
and I'm on watch the Sunday,
You're
so
a
I'll be
crazy man.
I'll be off the internet for a while. And keeping on the Marvel train, they did show some raw footage for Black Panther, so there is there is a plan for Black Panther 2.
Well, I
Uh
hope so because it
yeah,
comes out next year.
next year.
So,
So
it's
they showed raw footage, and then I think the Marvel thing ended with Kevin Feige saying that he was off to plan the next 10 years of MCU content with the Marvel team. So
yeah.
yeah, so I mean, Marvel's in good hands with Feige and with their team, and yeah, so I
Mm.
wonder what kind of stuff they're gonna
Dude, it's
come up with.
only
So
it's
that's
only
pretty
gonna get
cool.
crazier,
Yep.
honestly, because we're getting a lot of cosmic stuff. We're getting we're getting multiverse stuff. It's just what are we going to get in the
Yeah,
future?
honestly.
Are we eventually going to get different iterations of different characters just
Mm,
normally?
maybe.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Um,
So I guess jumping from Marvel to DC, we did get a confirmation uh during CinemaCon that the Batman 2 was greenlit and Robert Patterson is coming back to play the Batman. And I mean,
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson coming back. And I mean, this is not a big surprise, honestly. I think the bigger surprise would have been like, oh yeah, nah, we're just gonna leave it there. So
Yeah, it's not a big
this is not a surprise that they greenlit the second one. Do you think if it wasn't like as if it didn't do as good as it did, you think they would have still greenlit it, or was it, or you think that really had a big? Well, of course, it had something to do with it, but do you think this was their plan all along, just to kind of do a trilogy,
I think
or
they definitely had plans for it, because I mean, nowadays, like, you don't have you don't have these movies come out without some sort of plan for the
yeah?
future, you know?
Well, it is DC, so
I mean, what does
it is
that
DC,
mean?
so
They're the masters of planning for the future, even if the stuff doesn't pan out the way it's supposed to.
true.
I mean, when were we supposed to get The Flash? And it still hasn't come out. It comes out next year.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's just a
Or
whole
they come
another. that's
Yeah.
just a
Wait,
whole
does it come
another
out
thing.
this year or next year?
I think
When does the Flash come out? Dude, I forgot because I know they postponed it, right?
it's
Oh, they brought
2023
so yeah, that's next year,
next year.
but they moved Shazam up to December. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Shazam, man,
yeah.
they're not gonna have they haven't had anything in a while. What's the last DCU, not including the Batman? What's the last DC movie? Was this just no.
No, it was the re-release
Oh, was it
of
Wonder Woman? That doesn't count. Was it Wonder Woman?
I don't know. I don't know if it
I
was Wonder
think it
Woman or
was
not.
Wonder
That's
Woman. That piece of garbage.
we kind of destroyed that movie and it just wasn't good. Talking about sequels, I guess like a 10, 11 year sequel.
Dude, like
Uh
12 years in the making,
12,
man.
12 years 12 years in the making. We finally got confirmation and footage that Avatar 2
Well, they
is
showed footage at
yeah,
CinemaCon, at least.
yeah. The Avatar 2 is actually a real thing. It's not one of those oh yeah, I heard from another guy that Avatar 2 is making it. That
We've
James
always
Cameron making
known that it
Avatar
was
2.
a thing.
Yeah, but I mean sometimes I kind of forgot that Avatar 2 was like, "Oh, right. Yeah, that's a movie." Of course. But yeah, I mean I don't know, man. I really wonder why it took so freaking long for James Cameron to come up with a Avatar
I
2.
don't I don't I don't
Was
think it
it
was
was
that.
it
It's
like
just
rewritten, rewrites? Was it like they didn't have the technology or I don't know. It was just like it's 12
James
years in the
Cameron loves
making.
pushing what the theatrical experience can be, man. So it
True.
could have just been, as far as I know, it just wasn't good looking. It wasn't going to be
Yeah.
what he wanted, so he had to wait until technology was available.
Yeah.
But
And the movie's called Avatar: The Way of the Water.
the way
The
of
Way
water,
of Water, and
way
a
of
lot of
the
people
water.
were like Avatar the book the water book 1 water, book 2 earth, book 3 fire. Like
Of
it's
course.
gonna follow the Avatar Last Airbender names.
Yep. Dude, I I remember when the first obviously when the first one came out,
Yeah.
I was like, "Cool." But other than that, I never really cared for a sequel.
Mhm.
It's like, mm, never happened. But I see so many people just so excited for the
Yep.
sequel, and I mean, I'm just hoping that it is amazing
Yep.
because 12 years later, we get a sequel, and
Mhm.
it needs to be worth it,
Yeah.
for the wait, especially for people who really, really love that first one. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm definitely gonna watch it because I really look forward to seeing how visually stunning
Yeah.
this movie will be, because I have if anything, it will be that. I
Yeah.
just hope it doesn't end up like Dune and I sleep through it.
Yeah.
I have to throw that in there, you know?
Well, oh, I know you do. Well, Leo, lucky for you, you will be able to experience visually because a trailer will debut exclusively in theaters before during the Marvel's Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie. So if you're gonna
Ooh,
go see it this weekend, you will see a trailer for Avatar 2 because the movie is set to come out on December 16th uh of this year, and with planned sequels to come out on December 20th,
they have
2024,
the,
and December 18th, 2026, and December 2028. That's kind of crazy, but okay. So yeah, so December 16th is when it's gonna hit theaters. So we're gonna see
man, was
the
it really
first trailer.
2009 when it came out?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
God, so 13 years later for the
Mhm.
sequel. I mean, we
So
are also getting Top Gun Maverick soon,
yeah.
so, I mean, talk about waiting a long time for this.
True.
Oh,
True.
man.
But yeah, so if you are going to go see Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, you will see a trailer for Avatar 2. So
I'll
that's
see
pretty
that
cool.
tomorrow night, buddy.
Nice. You can post about it
I'll tell you all about it.
On our Ardent Instagram. Go follow us. Thank you. Um and then I guess a fun movie, Margot Robbie's Barbie. is set to come out in 2023. Margot Robbie, of course, plays Barbie in the Barbie movie. Warner released some footage, some stills of Barbie, Margot Robbie as Barbie, and then Ryan Gosling plays Ken in the movie. So that I think this movie is gonna be a fun watch. What do you think?
I'm not gonna watch it.
No,
I'm more likely to watch it now that it's Margot Robbie and not Amy Schumer,
wait,
because
Amy Schumer was supposed to play Barbie.
Amy Schumer was supposed to initially play Barbie. I don't know
Why?
what they were doing there. They may have been a completely different take on Barbie,
Maybe.
but I don't think Amy Schumer's funny at all,
Yeah.
and she's kind of gross.
Um.
So, but I'm more likely to watch it now, even though
Yeah.
I'm not like itching for this. You know, if it
Yeah.
comes out and I hear it's actually pretty cool or
Well, I mean,
good, like I'll go
the
watch it.
cast is it a star-studded cast? I mean,
Oh
of
yeah,
course, we got Margot Robbie,
she's in
Ryan
that.
Gosling, as we mentioned, Kate McKinnon, Alexandra Shipp, America Ferrera, Simu Liu,
Liu.
and Liu, and actor Harry Neff and Will Ferrell. So yeah, so it is a pretty star-studded cast in this Barbie movie, and I mean with Will Ferrell there, I mean I think it's gonna be some sort of comedy, so I think it'll
Mm.
be fun. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun watch. A couple other things that we can mention real quick. Ghostbusters 2 from Sony did get a green lit from Sony, so
Oh, I did
that's
not
gonna
even
come
see
out.
that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's gonna be a movie that's gonna come out from Sony, so that's pretty cool. Because the first one, the Ghostbusters Afterlife is called, right? The
Yeah.
new one, yeah, that
Did
one
you
did really
watched it,
good.
right?
I have not watched it
Dude, it's
yet.
so fun.
I know
Like,
I have to actually I probably have to buy it now and just watch it or rent it and watch it.
dude, it's
But
actually really cool. Like,
mhm,
I went into it thinking like, okay, this could be a fun movie, you know,
mhm,
because I would rewatch Ghostbusters 1 and 2 all the time whenever they were like on TV as a kid and just put them on. I never owned them unfortunately,
mhm.
but they came on the TV all the time. So watching this, watching Ghostbusters Afterlife, like the first like half hour, I was laughing so hard, and then kind of like that last like last half pretty much just
Mhm,
gave me like OG Ghostbuster vibes,
mhm.
and it just worked really well for me. I know people that some people that it
Mm.
didn't as well, but yeah, dude, you need to check it out. And I'm really happy now because I didn't know they had greenlit a sequel,
Yeah,
so I'm
sequel.
happy. That's
So
gonna be awesome.
yeah, it's fun. So that's kind of the our little breakdown or thing of CinemaCon, and anything that we didn't touch didn't touch on. There'll be some links down below, and
Or let us
also
know if there's
what are
something
you?
that
Yeah,
would be
what
really
are you most excited about? All these movie announcements coming out
anything
in
that we
this
need
year,
to kind of
next
keep our eye
year's.
on too.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess talking about some movie news, not the best movie news, but as it's been reported, the director from the Fast 10 or Fast X movie, um, the he is
Talk
no
about Justin
longer.
Lin's Fast X
Yeah.
it.
Oh, let's
Please,
go,
please,
Leo.
please edit that out. Please edit
Nope.
no.
Nope, that's gonna stay in. uh so yeah, so Justin Lin, he is no longer the director for Fast and the Furious, and he's been part of the franchise for like what 10 years, something like that, or I think he started with Tokyo Drift. I believe that's the move. That's the first
Mhm.
movie that he directed, and then he's directed every one since Tokyo Drift. So,
Yeah. He
but
started
yeah,
with
what do you think?
Tokyo Drift, and then I mean, I think we've talked about this time and time again. I'm not like the biggest fan of the
Yeah.
Fast and Furious franchise, but it makes money, and but they were losing a ton of money too because apparently, like a third of it was just being used for the talent. Um,
Hmm.
so that's insane. That's $100 million, and then so far they've spent 300 million on production, and currently because he just couldn't deal with it anymore. With whether it be Vin's like ego and constantly showing up late and him having to
Mhm.
approve everything. But I mean, we're not there. We don't know exactly what's going on. But for him to step away like this after so long, because what he's saying is Vin Diesel, you
Mhm.
got to take it with a grain of salt, but also like there's something got to be going on. I mean, there's a reason why The Rock won't work with him, won't want to be in a fast movie with him ever, and why he and why he decided enough is enough. I have to go. They're wasting time,
Mhm.
not working efficiently. This movie's not even done, and they've spent more than most movies ever will.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, hopefully when this movie comes out, it makes all the money in the world that it expects to, but and to kind of make up for that. But still, I mean, something going on this franchise. I mean, Vin Diesel thinks it's his and he owns it.
I mean, yeah, true. But
That's all you
it's
can
all
really
about
gather
it's all
from all
about
this.
family. But I guess he wasn't part of the
Until they
family
cross you.
until they cross you. And then yeah, but yeah, the Hollywood Reporter pretty much pretty much reporting that, like you said, Leo, that that Vin Diesel would say yes or no to different actors or different thing or different situations, and then the Justin Lin had to make it all fit. So yeah, so it just sounds like a toxic environment, work relationship.
That's honestly all I could think of. But dude, do you are you a fan of like John Mulaney?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Have you
he's
seen
great.
this bit about Mick Jagger on
Yeah.
SNL? That's all I could think of. Like, imagine like Vin Diesel as Mick Jagger. Like, no, no, yeah.
Great. Yeah,
Bro,
I'm gonna.
oh my god, that would be fantastic. But anyways, yeah, John Mulaney's great. But what were we talking about?
Talking about how Vin Diesel says yes or no to
Oh,
uh
yeah.
everything.
I mean, dude, this guy, the last Fast and Furious movie that I watched most of was like the seventh one. And then why is Vin Diesel fighting like all these like guys and he's just like leaves without a scratch?
Mm,
Like, dude, you're just a freaking mechanic. Like,
yeah.
what are you
No, but
doing?
he's a mechanic slash super spy. So
Oh,
you know.
I feel like I need to watch these movies to see if it makes any sense, but I already know the answer. It doesn't. It makes
Man.
no sense.
No, you can't go into the movie and be like, okay, I'm looking for a movie that makes sense, because it will not make sense. You have to go in and just take it
Oh
at face
man.
value that these cars are like the best cars ever, and somehow they survive in space, and
They disobey
somehow
the laws of gravity
and
or physics.
somehow they're all everybody's related to each other, and somehow a the bad guy is the brother or sister or family
Bro,
member
you're
of
describing
the
Star Wars right
person.
now. Like
Well, at least in Star Wars, like they're in ships, like they're like in starships. That kind of makes more sense than in just cars.
that's what that's what makes it work. Spaceships.
Exactly, spaceships. Yeah, of course.
Spaceships fixes everything.
Yes, exactly.
um, but yeah, dude, that's just I don't know. I might have a Fast and Furious marathon by myself and just see
Yeah,
if
good
I can
luck.
get
All the all
past
the power to you,
the
my friend. Yeah, all the power to you. Because, yeah, I think the Fast and Furious. If you just want a movie just to turn off your brain and not think of anything and
You make
just
the assumption that my brain is on most of the time.
oh, there you go. Well, mine kind of is. So, sometimes I like to watch the movie just to clear the mind, not think of anything, But yeah, so Fast 10, we'll see what they decide to do with the director. Maybe Vin Diesel will be like, I'll step up and be director, producer, and actor. So we'll see,
That's what he's wanted all along.
right? Maybe he just wants that director credit on IMDb. You think?
He'll be a one man show.
Yeah, exactly. He's just gonna take on all the bad guys at the same time, and then he's gonna be like with a wrench and be like family, and then just go in and destroy everybody. Anyways, I think we've made too many bits on that on that on this. But yeah,
Oh
what do you
my god.
think? What do you think of all this saga going on with the Fast 10 family? You think you think this will impact the movie a good way, positive, negative? Let us know what you think. Those comments down below. And to end this podcast, we got some recent news that Embracer Group is from Sweden is acquiring Japan's Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, Square Enix Montreal, and other IPs. So under these IPs, I think the best known game for all of for Square Enix at least is Tomb Raider. So now Tomb Raider is part of the Embracer Group that bought the entire IP for $300 million.
Hmm. That's a
That's
nice
a
little chunk of change.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Dude, I don't know about you, but the first thing I thought of was, are they going to keep these games that are in development already? Are they going to keep going? I'm guessing the ones that are like in late development, probably, but early development, because we know that,
Mhm.
they are making that new Tomb Raider game,
Yeah.
um, as well. So is it going to keep going? Is it going to be a continuation of these last three Tomb Raider games that we've gotten? I mean, that's what I thought of because I really like those games, and I hope that they
Yeah,
do
like yeah,
that.
I
But
think that's I don't know. I don't know what other games the Square Enix have.
don't they do
They do Uncharted,
like
right?
Final Fantasy stuff?
Yeah, they do Final Fantasy, and then they do Tomb Raider, and they do. I think those are the. Well, they did Marvel's Avengers, and that one didn't really pan out as well as they hoped. Um,
Yeah, they do Final
and
Fantasy, Kingdom
yeah,
Hearts. Those are like some of the bigger ones.
yeah. But
Hmm.
of course, their biggest one is the Tomb Raider games, and those are all really good. So yeah, I really do hope that they don't stop production for any of these, and I don't think they will, because in a statement provide that the company said, through this acquisition, Embracer will augment its development capabilities, specifically within the AAA segment, which will provide opportunities to accelerate organic growth. So maybe they just infuse all these different IPs with cash, and for them to keep on doing their things, and maybe Square Enix, well, maybe Crystal Dynamics just needed the money or something,
So
or maybe they Embracer Group just made an offer they couldn't say no to.
looks like they had been wanting to sell it, but
Hmm.
so I don't know. I haven't read anything on Kotaku in a while, but it's showing the headline was NFT market collapses just as Square Enix sells Tomb Raider to bet big on blockchain, which I don't really care too much to read this whole thing right now because it's
Hmm.
about NFTs and blockchain market. And I'm like, so it sounds like dumb. So it seems like they sold it to, you know, to actually like bid on like NFTs or to kind of go in on NFTs, but it doesn't look like that really paid off for them. But I mean, I
Mm.
don't know. I'll have to read more into that right there. But I mean, I don't care about why they sold it, but I just care that it could potentially affect what kind of games that we're going to get in the future. Hopefully, they will take these IPs that they have and are able to capitalize on that and
Hmm.
develop some amazing games for us in the future. So we'll see that. Oh yeah, and also they have that new Kingdom Hearts game
Yeah, yeah, that
four.
is true.
So I'm guessing that's going to keep going. Maybe we'll learn more in the future if these studios are going to be able to kind of work, the same way that they
Mhm,
have been essentially, just with the under new bosses, um,
mhm.
under some new suits. But we'll kind of have to wait and see in the future.
Yeah. So a little side note, according to Hollywood Reporter, Embracer says that it specializes in PC, console, mobile, and board games and other related media. So, Tomb Raider board game would be pretty cool. I'm
Heck
I'm
yeah.
into I'm into board games. I think that'd be fun.
I want to have a Tomb Raider board game, but like Mousetrap.
Ooh, ooh, no, actually that would be kind of fun. Honestly, like if you do it right, yeah,
Bro,
that would be pretty fun, honestly.
I dude, by the time I never played Mousetrap. By the
Yeah.
time I put it together, I was like, "Man, I'm gonna go play, like, Mario Kart or something."
Yeah, see,
I was
but
just
I mean, hey, like a mousetrap style Tomb Raider game, I think that'd be cool. Like where
Hey,
you
you
need to
heard it here
survive and stuff.
first. You heard it here
Exactly.
first.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
So
So
this game comes out, timestamp this right here, all 3 of you watching.
yeah, we're about to get royalties from Embracer Group.
Like, we've never heard of your little
Right?
podcast. I don't care.
And that'll do it for us today here at Ardent Pod. Again, thanks for tuning in. Also, don't forget to hit the bell, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. My name's Ace.
And I'm Leo.
See you later.